Hi everybody, so welcome to my channel. If you're coming over from Starting Out Solitary, this is the continuation video from my elements video. It's such a big topic and it's hard to condense into such a little time, and I really wanted to keep going with it. So welcome. If you haven't seen the introduction over on Starting Out Solitary, I'm going to link that below so you can kind of see where I started at. But basically, I am connecting the witch's pyramid to the elements and, taking us back to basics here. So I've got my whiteboard here, and I'm going to write out a few things and refer to the Inner Temple of Witchcraft and Book of Shadows for the Solitary Witch, and also to tarot. And yeah, let's just dive right in. Okay, so here I've drawn out for you the 4 principles of witchcraft or magic, however you want to think about it. To know, to dare, to will, and to keep silent. And then I've associated with it different elements. Now, this is not the way I think about it. This is just the most common way that I have seen it, and I think it is the way that people associate with the elements if they take these principles for face value, like completely literally. And it's, once you think about it more, I think you will change the way you do it. But possibly not, and that's fine. However you do it in your practice is fine for you, but I kind of want to take you through my thought process and just kind of give you a glimpse into what I think. So to know, most people put with air. They take it for face value. It's your knowledge, it's your thoughts. Air is associated with your thoughts, therefore to know is air. To dare, water, honestly, I think it's just because that's the only one left, and so they put it with water. Because every single thing I've read, nobody has had any sort of answer that can equate to dare with the properties of water. At least that makes sense for me. So I think it just kind of ends up there. To will with fire is the only one that I consistently see time and time again that is the same. And yes, that is one that I agree with. To will is fire. And then to keep silent with earth. And again, I think people take to keep silent at face value that you shouldn't talk about magic that you do. You should bury it, keep it silent. Therefore, they think of the earth, burying things in the earth and keeping quiet. But that is not how I think about it. And in fact, when they say don't talk about your magic, don't even think about your magic. If you cast a spell, forget about it and move on. I don't subscribe to that school of thought. A lot of people say, many people will say that when you think about your magic or you talk about your magic, you've put your energy out, your intention out, and when you talk about it, it's calling that intention back and stealing energy from it. I don't think so. If you talk about your magic, and I'm not saying go blabbing to everybody about every little thing, but if you think about the spell that you've done, if you talk about the spell that you've done, you're spending energy to do it. You're lending more energy to that intention. And if magic is all about intentions, then lending more energy to it, personally, I don't think can take energy away from it and prevent it from happening. So I just think that some people, I just don't agree with the way some people think about things. I think about it a little bit differently. And what you do in your practice is perfectly fine. Like I said, this is just the way that currently I think about things on my path. Yeah, I personally think that is not what to be silent means, but a lot of people do. And in fact, in this book right here, I'm going to flip to the page and read to you one of the things that kind of irks me about this book. And don't get me wrong, I love this book. I use it for a reference all the time, but some of the stuff the way she words it, I'm not a fan of. So here with the Witch's Pyramid, to be silent on page 109 in the section all about the Witch's Pyramid. Silver Ravenwolf says, to be silent is perhaps the most important. It means that you will keep your mouth shut about the magic that you do, lest your friends and others destroy the magic with their negativity before it ever manages to manifest. And it also says, finally, it means that you will follow the etiquette of the craft and not blab about what happened in ritual circle, carry gossip about the other members, nor harm others intentionally, blah, 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 blah. For adults and teens, this is by far the most difficult promise to keep. I just think that to be silent is so much more than that. But a lot of people do, like I said, take it at face value, or that is how they translate it. And that's fine if you do. It's not how I do. And this is about the way I think because it's my channel. Okay, so on to the way that I think that the pyramid kind of goes. Okay, so here I have the 4 elements, earth, air, fire, and water, and I'm going to kind of go through each one and tell you what I think and how it fits into the witch's pyramid. So let's start with earth. And this is going to be a little tricky because I'm doing it one-handed, but earth to me is, first of all, it is everything in the physical world. Everything that is already manifested around you. It is the knowledge that you already possess. It is what you believe in yourself and your faith. It is the intentions that you have. So earth is really the start of everything. And when I think of earth, I also think of grounding and centering. So to me, when I think of all of these different things, I think that earth is to know. And so a lot of people think of to know as air, like I said before, because knowledge, thoughts, ideas, air. But I think of earth as to know. It is what you already have, what you already know. It's what the tools that are at your disposal now. So that is why I put earth with to know. Air, if I think about air is your thoughts. It is your ideas. It is kind of, it's how you perceive things. It's your perceptions. And when I think about air, it is also about your wisdom and your choices. So when I put all of these things together, I think of to dare. And I think I'm actually going to break this up into another video and do a continuation. So I will go more into depth on this also. But when we talk about fire, we are talking about your drive, your passion, the things that you want and desire to manifest. It is the action you take. It is the control you have over the things that you can do. It's the control over your actions. So to me, it is to will, because it is control over yourself, over your power, over your magic. It is how you manifest things. That to me is fire. And then lastly, I have water, which to me is emotions. It is introspection and reflection on yourself. It is mysteries, personal mysteries. It is like the ocean. So when I think about water, I think about deep, deep pools of water. I think about all of the things that have been undiscovered, that are waiting inside, and the things that we don't know that are in deep water. And when you think about yourself, you're like a deep ocean. And as you go down this path, you're going to discover things as you go deeper and deeper and deeper. And so I think of water as to keep silent, because to keep silent to me is more about quieting yourself and looking to the inside. So that is where I'm at with these 4 things. Earth is to know, air is to dare, fire is to will, and water is to keep silent. And now you can see kind of why it helped me with the tarot, because if swords are air and that is to dare, that is a very big action word to me. And when you have a sword, you're cutting through things, you're daring to do things, you're, you know, pushing forward with that sword. To will is fire to me, and that is the wands, and that is your control. And when you think of a magic wand, you have to think about the control in your mind that you are using over these things to manifest. And so, I don't know, it just makes more sense to me now when I look at it like this than it did before. So I think I'm going to cut this video here, and thank you for watching. And I am going to do one more video on this. I just kind of want to break it up for y'all. So I hope you will continue on and watch the next one. And I really hope that this helps you in how you think about the elements, or at least understanding why I think the way I do in my practice.